pull, I'd say.
Everyone's seen bottom left representing complexity. He is Midday. And his opponent, who is a tyrant in his own right, the blue Terran player representing Team Liquid. He is Taeja.
Wow.
Seems people are excited for this match.
Indeed, yeah. Really happy to see Taeja here, and yeah, we were talking about Nimbus. So the spawning positions right now, Taeja has a very good time dropping into the natural of the Zerg if it comes to that stage of the game, because the medevacs don't have to fly that far away to actually reach the natural base of the Zerg. And while for Midday, I believe, yeah, I believe the positions aren't just that good for him.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. As a Terran player, this is one of those spawns where you rally out to your third base. In order for Mutalisks or anything to get to your natural, they have to kind of go around the center of the map. They can sometimes clip into your army if you're moving it out. And even Midday's like, well, I don't know what Taeja's going to bring to the table. So he's even sending a drone scout out just to make sure there's nothing too crazy going on.
Yeah, he's checking for 11-11 in the middle of the map, just checking the watchtower. Keep in mind it's a 4-player map, so if the Terran is going for 11-11, there's a high possibility they just throw it into the middle of the map. And he didn't find anything, so he's going for the 15 hedge before pool, while Taeja is opening up very standard with the Rex and gas. The Overlord will find out about the Rex, so it's not a CC first, so he knows exactly what is coming towards to him.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard Reaper opening coming out of Taeja. Nothing particularly unusual. I would say that Taeja has favored in the past very standard setups in Terran versus Zerg, but as we saw, some of the more nuanced strategies that we've been seeing pop up in this matchup recently. Big 2-base Hellbat aggression, but he's also gone for just really fast Marine drops, take Zergs off guard that think it's Hellbats. Taeja's been playing really well.
Like Midday 16 Marines with 2 medevacs and stim?
No, like he would go for what would seem like a regular Banshee opening, but he uses the tech lab to either get for like a delayed Banshee or he just builds, gets stim with it. But his medevac, he opens Viking 1 medevac and just builds like 1 Marine at a time out of his barracks and just drops like 6 or 7 while his Hellions
That sounds interesting, okay. Let's see what he will do here. As I said earlier, dropping possibilities are extremely high here because the natural is so close to the Terran base. The Reaper will move into the Zerg base and we'll find out that the gas has been taken. Actually, he's pulling out the drones already, because he's about to start his speed. Drone should be morphed into a Spore if it gets too low.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take too much damage from this, but that Queen.
And the first one goes down. And the second one as well.
Nice pickups by Taeja. That Queen definitely not out anywhere near soon enough to defend against this Reaper play. And so if he picks up any other kills, like I feel like most Zerg players in the old days, you'd say, okay, if you lose 1 drone, you're like, all right, 2 kind of sucks. But nowadays, if you even lose a single drone, you already feel like you're behind, even if you're not in too bad a spot.
Just too greedy by Midday there. He saw one of the drones being only 1 shot away of dying. I think you rather make a Spore or Extractor to make 100% sure it doesn't die. And then when the first drone died, the second one was already under fire as well. So just a little bit too greedy by Midday to spend the minerals for a Spore or Extractor to save the drone. So he paid with 2 drones, and as you mentioned, that's not a good start for him here.
Yeah. I do like Taeja's moving out these Marines, like looking for any Overlords that are hanging around the map. He might be able to find the one across his natural, or they're just going to go home, which is also quite fine. Zergling speed's going to finish up, but Midday doesn't have anything. This is like a very defensive setup, because he doesn't have a third base. He's not really putting out Lings, and he's not, He definitely seems to be a little bit worried and just wants to heavily drone up his first 2 bases.
Midday scouted the factory and there's a tech lab attached and he's already getting tanks. That's not a normal approach, right?
Yeah, I wonder... So without a starport, there's no way to get aggressive with this.
And not even a tech lab on the barracks. Maybe he gets only 1 tank for safety and then he starts maybe the starport in second, third barracks.
Because he scouted the gas, so... He assumes, okay, probably some sort of speedling opening, but he's not sure if it's going to be speedling into Ling Bane, or some sort of Roach follow-up, Roach Ling.
That's nice. So
having 1 siege tank to anchor your defense is good because if you're Taeja, if your macro abilities are predictably much better than most people that you could play on Earth, you don't want to lose anything aggressive early on.
Yeah, I think that's very smart to get one tank, and he does have 4 Marines to kill the Overlord. The Overlord confirms 2 E-base, so he knows for sure it's going to be bio. 3rd CC has been scouted as well, so he knows exactly what is going on. The Hellions are fighting with the Zerglings in the middle of the map. Good control there by Taeja, getting all the Zerglings without losing a single Hellion. And what is Midday doing at home? He's getting the lair. He's adding additional gases. He does throw down the Baneling nest as well.
Yeah, it needs to get some evolution chambers up, though. When you play a little bit on the defensive side, sometimes you end up getting those upgrades, those tech a little bit later. And Taeja, man, you give him any advantages, he will run with them.
Yeah. And the Overlord saw the E-base, so he knows the Terran is about to click the 1-1 button, and the Zerg really has to be on time with his upgrades as well. It's extremely important that you don't fall behind in the TVZ, or in general in every matchup basically. Upgrades are extremely important.
Yeah, with how many drones he's building now that his lair is done, I would be surprised if he went straight for Spire or just started his evolution chambers. Because now he's put himself in a position where, because he's getting the Spire, his Mutalisks need to get him a big return on his investment. If he doesn't do some serious work with these bad boys, he's going to be super far behind in upgrades.
And I think the Hellions, they will actually just move in, and oh my god, the Zergling's out of position. There's no Queen on the ramp, so he finds the Spire. He will probably get into the mineral line, and does he get a good shot? Not quite.
I like the drone wall. He definitely saved a lot of the other workers that could have been killed, but that doesn't mean he won't lose any workers, as these Hellions are just...
No!
Oh, they're just roasting and toasting so many workers, Hatsu.
Still 3 Hellions alive. It's enough to one-shot the drones, but the damage has been done, and I think overall around, oh my god, it's 17 drones have been killed.
Oh man, Taeja. Taeja is just one guy.
And I think what hurts even more, he saw the Spire, and he saw the exact timing of it.
This pull.
Will Midday escape the wrath of Taeja?
Midday will not escape the reckoning of Taeja. Oh man, 95% of people agree. Taeja is the Freddy Krueger of StarCraft. He will just pop up in your nightmares and destroy you.
Oh man, the Mutalisk, I have the feeling the Mutalisk will do almost no damage at all, because Taeja, he's getting a missile turret at his 3rd. He's adding 3 more barracks. He does have a lot of Marines with Stimpack, and he will probably get a few turrets in his natural and main base as well. Yeah, he's just about to add them. So I think the Mutas will have a really hard time to do damage here, because Marine Medevac, probably the first Widow Mines will pop as well, so it should be really hard for the Mutas to...
Yeah, I mean, he's building a lot of Mutalisks, which will naturally make it more difficult to get out Banelings. His Baneling speed has only just begun. I don't even think there's not many Banelings on the map.
No, not even Zerglings.
He's starting his +1 melee upgrades as +2 begins for Taeja. It's simply not a fun position to be in. These Mutas are trying to kill a couple of these add-ons. Everything he picks up is nice, but these Mutas have, these Marines have that upgrade lead, and they are, you're not going to trade effectively versus them, even in small numbers.
Wow, that looked very weird by Midday. He was trying to control his Mutas, but they, like 6 of them were attacking a reactor, and the other 4 were fighting with the Marines. So in the end, he lost. I think he started with 11 Mutas, and now he's down to 5 Mutas. So that went not good at all.
Yeah. How many Banelings does he have? Baneling speed is only halfway done. Just 3
Banelings.
Oh man, Taeja's not going to mess up his splits. Moving back now. As soon as he gets off creep, this becomes very difficult. Snipes the only Baneling. His poor little Hellbat buddy
Will he
gets
drop into the
behind.
natural?
Yeah, he just jumps into the natural. There's barely anything here to defend.
And as you said, the Marines have 1-1 against 0-0 Mutas and 0-0 Zerglings. So this drop is doing huge amount of damage once again. He's probably killing a lot of Zerglings, maybe targeting the Mutas. There we go. Killing 2 of them. Beautiful control by Taeja.
Taeja just doesn't mess up the important things. GG.
It's not joking around.